Up, y'all. I wasn't gonna make a video, but I said screw it. So this is my wheel hub assembly from the junkyard, as you can tell from that mark right there. But I got it off pretty sure 98 Toyota RAV4. Got some of the dirt out, and when I was removing it, I got some dirt in there, so I kind of picked the dirt out, and I added some of my own wheel bearing grease because it looked like it had a good amount, but I just put some more because why not? I wouldn't hurt it. But I'll put a picture real quick. You can hardly tell the ball joint that was sticking through it. I stripped the nut that was on it, so there's a stripped nut, and I was cutting it in half with the grinder, and halfway through I was like, oh wait, what am I doing? While I was grinding it, it was so much heat, it basically welded the nut to the stud that goes through for the ball joint. So instead I started going like little diagonals right here next to the hole where the stud was, and I slowly chipped away the nut, and I'll show a picture right now. That's what it looked like. And now, shoot. What I'm doing is the wheel bearing. And I don't have a press for it. And I don't have $72 for the Harbor Freight wheel bearing removal tool. And I originally thought it was the passenger side, because I always heard a knocking. But I jacked up this wheel and I was shaking it, and it turned out these two strut bolts were kind of loose, so I tightened them up, went for a ride. I didn't hear no knocking, nothing. I'm like, oh sweet, that was it. Nope. Sooner or later I hear that clack 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 clack, nice grinding, scraping sound. And when it's a CV axle, it sounds like a clunk, like clunk, clunk, clunk. But no, this was like straight metal scraping sound. Like, you ever heard your brake shroud, your brake disc? If you ever heard this grinding on your rotor, it sounded just like that, but 10 times worse. And I checked my rotor's fine, brake pads are fine, still got a good amount of life. I just replaced the CV axle like 3-4 months ago. But yeah, look at this. When I jacked the wheel up, when this was like when I checked these bolts first before I went on the test drive, and even after these weren't even loose, they were tight. But even after I checked them, it had all this play, and I'm like, oh geesh. And right now, this is why I wanted to record, because when I put when the rotor was stuck on because of the rust, so I was hammering it, and while I was hammering it, the back end that covers the bearing literally popped off. So you look back here, check that out. So I'm replacing that. Literally, look at that. You can see inside it. But yeah, this guy, when I move it, look at that. It looks like it's about to come right out. Dang, you're supposed to need like a slide hammer to be able to pull this guy out, but look at that. No slide hammer needed, it's coming out. That is bad, y'all. But that's alright, because our new assembly, it's stiff as ever. So I'm just gonna bust this the ball joint loose, and I'm gonna throw the new one on. It is windy. It's windy as heck out here, y'all. It's like a 22-degree wind chill. And I was like, man, I'm just gonna see if I went to so the whole thing that was holding me back is my cotter pin. which you can see right here, rusted to all heck. And he was stuck inside my castle nut. And I couldn't get him out. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go get some PB Blaster, because I didn't have none here. Got some PB Blaster, sprayed it. Not even 5 minutes, I was able to wiggle it. And I was able to pull it out more, sprayed some more PB Blaster, and then I got the needle nose and was able to pull them out. So PB Blaster saved my ass today. And if it wasn't for PB Blaster, I probably would have waited till tomorrow. So, like I said, I'm gonna finish pulling this off, and I'll give y'all, we'll have a little video for the Rav. Sheesh, guys. I was just about to show y'all a cool trick, man. If you're gonna keep your ball joint's fine, you usually twist the, oh, look at that. Ugh. That's terrible. You can see them threads. Oh man, what did I do? But usually the problem is I didn't thread the castle nut far enough down. But in order to keep your ball joint without messing it up, usually you turn your castle nut upside down, thread it on there, and hit it from the bottom. And well, I didn't thread her on there, so don't make the same mistake as me. Thread it down to like right here where my fingernail is. That's what I should have done. But yeah, I'm just lucky that I stopped in time when I seen it move, and I'm getting it off right now. I just wanted to show it. Yeah, don't make the same mistake as me. Another way you could knock this off is by hammering it right here with a sledgehammer, and right here on both sides of this little knuckle, and I'll help break it free. But yeah, I'm gonna get this castle nut off. And sometimes you can use a pickle fork to not damage this boot, but sometimes that pickle fork will damage the boot. It's a gamble every time, guys. So I'm gonna get that castle nut off, and I'll get back to you. Alright guys, next day. It's windy as all hell. I'm freezing my ass off. I went to the Harbor Freight in Westminster, but they didn't have this sucker. He's only 20 bucks, so I said, why not try it out? I've never had one, and I don't want to damage my ball joint. So I'm show y'all how to use this puppy. It's got a pin. It's got 2 settings. This is the widest it can go. And I was just about to see. Oh golly. Oh, it works. But I think I might have to use the first pin. I'll let you know once I figure it out, but right now I'm getting it off. So I did leave it on the second pin. You can kind of see there. Sorry, I got the bad lighting. The 2 little fork teeth, they go on the bottom where the boot will be. And then that top piece, you see right there, goes on top of the stud. And it's for me it's a 3/4. I'm pretty sure that's why it says 3/4 forged ball. But yeah, I was tightening it, and I mean, you can see right here, it's come out a lot more than it was earlier. So let's see if I can get that bit on video. I just kind of seen it come out. I'm gonna loosen it now. And I'm a happy camper because it did exactly what I didn't want it to do. I mean, I did exactly what I wanted to do. I didn't want to damage the boot. And it's not the boot leaking, trust me. I just sprayed some PB Blaster on here for the threads, because I see people using the impact on this and they could strip the threads, and even if you have the ratchet, if it's all the force might strip the threads unless you put some oil on it. And well, I don't got no oil, so PB Blaster lubed her up. Now I should be able to take this bolt off and take this out. And you seen it earlier. I hope I'm free. If not, I'm gonna push it down with that again. And what I did is I lightly tightened it the first time, and then I banged it on the side as good as I can without, and then once this popped loose once, and so I threw it back on and just tightened it with the ratchet while making sure it stayed on this stud, because for me I had to like put it like right here so it wouldn't slip over it. But yeah, let's see if I can pull it out. Sweet, I'm happy, y'all. It's worth the 20 bucks. Cause I was sitting here wailing at this sucker. I let it sit overnight with PB Blaster. I mean, look at that. I soaked it. And if you look, you can see, oh, I was gonna say I thought I ripped it, but it was just some grease. So, boot's still good. It's pretty strong. I know that I need to do a suspension overhaul, cause look, that guy's rusty. Do a complete suspension overhaul. I mean, the only thing that's new on here is this end link right here, and look at that. He's already rusty. Oh yeah, and the shocks. Shocks, the CV axle, look at them all. Shocks a little rusty, CV axle's all rusted up, and the end link. And those are all new, but I need inner and outer tie rods and ball joints. So not too much. Dang, look at that. So I'm gonna get the other one and I'm gonna show you why I decided it was good. I'm also double checking that it's the same one. I mean, came off a Rav, you know, so let's check it out. Flip this guy around. Alright, so looking good, looking the same. And I'm gonna be honest, the first one I grabbed was the passenger side because I thought the passenger was the one that was wrong. And it looked just like this. I was able to see inside the bearings, and that's not good. I did not know that, and I'm glad I found out. This one. Oop, there comes the wind. Losing my barrier. So this guy sits in here like this, and it's supposed to protect that bearing. You can see it's in there, this one. And this one, solid. You press it with your finger, nothing. But when I was about to remove this, I touched this and it was just wiggling. And when I was hammering it off, when I was trying to hammer the knuckle, that's when, let's see if it'd come out again. But when I was hammering the front side of the knuckle, getting the rotor off, this fell out. And so that bearing's exposed, looks like crap. This one had plenty of grease. It's nice and firm. And look on this side, even that is pretty clean. I mean, compared to this, let's look at this one's front side. Yeah, pretty clean. And here's the kicker. You look at it and you try to move it up and down, nothing. I could only spin it. And usually they say you spin them and you don't really want to hear it making a sound, so I'm hoping this guy's good. We'll definitely find out. I think it is, because when I spin it, I mean, it's not like spinning forever, and it's not like too short of a stop. It's like a little bit of a spin, and then it stops. So I'm hoping it's good. Might not be. We'll find out. It was $29 at the junkyard. But again, come back to this guy. And let's look at it. I'm trying to wiggle it for you, but it keeps moving on me. There you go. I know you can see that. And when it was facing like this, you can see it. Anyway, it's shot. You know it. So let's install this guy. And I'm going to take it for a test drive. If it drives good, I'm going to come home and paint this. Because you know me, I like painting my stuff. And the Rav, the only thing I've ever painted is the quarter panels. So let's do it. Hands on her. I got the phone on the rotor right now. I'm gonna try to show y'all how I'm putting it back in. So it's always hard when you're working by yourself, but it's all right. So I'm gonna angle the CV axle up, push it through first. Oh man! Make sure there's no dirt on this. I wish I had some fresh grease so I could put it on this spindle. So if you have any grease, put it on the teeth so it'll help it out. But yeah. Oh wait, you know what? You actually want to put the bottom ball joint on first, because you're going to have a real hard time putting this nut on with the CV axle in the way. So, put that ball joint on. So, taking the castle nut, tighten him on there. Damn, y'all, check this out. So, I'm trying to tighten this bolt, and the whole stud is turning with it. And now I did say earlier I kind of stripped the thread, so I'm gonna try to turn it a little sideways, and if that don't work, I guarantee you it's only spinning too, and I think that's because this ball joint is shot. So if I can't figure nothing out, I'm gonna hold the ball joint still with some like pliers or something while I tighten it, and yeah. But yeah, so that confirms that I need a new ball joint soon. Okay, y'all, it's Monday. Monday, 1:02 o'clock. Only thing I'm not so sure about is this is a nylock nut, and sometimes if you tighten these too much, they'll break. But we'll see. I do not, so far from the looks of it, I think it does not matter, passenger or drivers, but we will see. And sadly enough, I did not get the hardware with this guy. I'm gonna have to use my old hardware, but that's alright. I think I'm gonna clean that up a little before I put it down. Alright, y'all, I used the old hardware and it's in. Only thing is my cotter pin's all, where's it at? Beat to hell. So I just buy a new one. I don't recommend driving with it out, but I'm just going up the street, literally a few blocks, so I don't care. Now is the moment of truth. CV axle's in there. I tightened this nut before I put the CV axle in, because then it gets in the way. And sorry I don't got torque specs this time. I just tightened the hell out of her. Now, throw the rotor on, make sure she ain't scraping nowhere, like down there. And then we can go to Napa. But yeah, now I'm gonna see if this bearing is really good or not when we go on a ride. And I got new inner and outer tie rods with that kit and the other ball joints right there, but I'm not doing them yet. Alright, y'all, well, she drove like a dream. I haven't made a video on this because we got this ding in this rim, but we got these at the junkyard. And who knows, maybe in the future I'll see if we could bend this out a little. I mean, out of all these rims, this is the worst bend there is. But the tires that were on it were holding air, so that's why we ended up grabbing them. But yeah, I never made a video, or yeah, I'll just include it right now. I did make a video on installing this guy. I'll throw it in right here. I don't give the Rav that much love, but I gave her those taillights off of 99. They look good. And now, that spoiler I showed y'all a long time ago, I got it. That's how she's looking. And we use these self-tappers, and well, guess we could have gone a little shorter, because look at that. Here. Alright, first test shot. I'm trying to show.
These ones are a lot better. Barely went through.
See how it fits. I go slow again. So it won't tear them. Let's see. Yeah, they conformed. That's good. Yeah, they didn't shut right.
What do you think? Looks different.
McGuire's would go good on all your plastic.
But yeah, installed that guy, and you guys remember me getting those at the junkyard. Well, I'm glad I went back, and Dad told me to get the plug-in harness for it, and I was like, all right, might as well. So we got it, and thank God, because it just plugs right into the 97's OEM. So if you got a 97 RAV4 and you want to get the 99 taillights, just get them. And when you get your taillights, make sure you get the harness that goes to the back, because these are different. These are LED, where it's got like the flat tab on the bottom of the light. And the ones I had before are like the twist out bulbs. Now, I've had my amp disconnected for a while, but I'm gonna connect it right now, clean it up, put it back on the sub. I have the sub sitting up here. But yeah, next video I'll have on this, we'll be sanding these down and painting them the same gray as the bumper. Ooh, ow, got that on video. Oh, y'all heard that? Ooh, ah, that's all my fault. With that bearing still trying to be a pain in my ass. Ow, golly, my ankle feels fragile now. Oh, that hurt. But there's my subs. And here's the center console I got from the junkyard. Cleaned it all up. I like it so far. I'm going to use it for a little bit, see how I really like it. And I doubt I'll use that cup holder in there, because when the e-brake is down, you can fit 4 large cups perfectly on the side of the e-brake. So we basically got our cup holders up front. Yeah, this poor baby. We got a few errands to do today, and since that's done, I'm gonna drive it around, and then I'll have a real update on how good she's driving. Yeah, sub's done. I'm gonna play a little bass drop for it. These songs suck. I forgot to say, I set the amp up finally on this side. I screwed him in. Let's see if we can get this. They bump. I know that, but I just wanted to show where I had the amp at. Ugh. Oh man. Crawling through my car. Alright, that's all I wanted to do to end this video. That's about it. I mean, fender flares ain't done yet. I just wanted to show how the sub's still booming. She sounded good. I wanted to show it because I'm going to be showing off the Rockville 212s here shortly. And yeah, gonna install these guys probably tomorrow morning, bright and early. But if you guys like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. I'm gonna have an in-depth video on how to install an amplifier here soon, because I just got them 212s and it's gonna be like an in-depth review of the subs because I've been excited, been waiting for them, can't wait. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Got a haircut. Yeah, till next time.